What is going on, guys? It's your boy icjosh, and this week's episode for Dragon Ball Super, well, it was a bit predictable. In this episode, we basically start out with basically Beerus saying that, like, hey, like, take my word as a god, you know, like, your future will change. And then basically Future Trunks kind of like contradicting that shit and basically being like, look, I've already done this kind of before, and I know that, you know, stuff doesn't change in my timeline. So I don't know, I thank you for everything that you've done and stuff, but, you know, I still don't think it changed. And then we have Kid Trunks that comes in and basically is like, why are you basically like going against, you know, Beerus, his word? I mean, he's a god. If he says it, then, you know, it has to be true. And then basically Future Trunks explains to Kid Trunks all the stuff that he doesn't know yet about his present, well, about his future self. And he basically says that, look, we're the same person, but I'm from a different timeline than you. So the things that you have grew up with are completely different than what I grew up with. I didn't grow up, you know, with my parents. You know, I didn't grow up with everybody else around me. All I had was one person, and they died in front of me, basically. So my whole future has been fucked, and yours is pretty glamorous. So listen to what I'm basically saying. I've already done this before. It basically explains the whole android thing to him, basically being like, yeah, the androids killed everybody, yada yada yada. And now in your timeline, you know, Krillin is married to 18 and they have a daughter, and it's just like, so things is completely different. You know, whenever I went back to the past and changed everything for you guys, it didn't affect my timeline at all. So we get him basically saying all of that, and he's kind of just like, okay, I understand. Well, you know, now it's time for me to be like, yeah, sure, you know, let's go back and do some stuff. Goku is like, yeah, we're gonna go back. And then Trunks is kind of like, so how we're gonna beat these guys? Vegeta's like, yeah, we have to have a plan with beating these people. And it's funny to see Trunks is just like, okay, so we're gonna be heading back now. Who all's going? Goku's like, yeah, I'm going. You know, obviously Vegeta's like, yeah, I'm going. And then out of nowhere, Bulma's like, I'm going too. And they're all just like, what? Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. You don't really need to go here, and we got this. We got the sensu beans. Like, we got this. You don't need to come. And then she's kind of like, well, she actually makes a good argument there, and we're basically saying that, you know, even if y'all do beat him and then y'all want to come back to the present or the past, neither one of you guys know how to fly this time machine, and Trunks is gonna have to stay, you know, in the future. So yeah, so it's funny to see all of them in this in the time machine cooped up, and it's hilarious whenever like Bulma's like and Goku start arguing a little bit, and Vegeta's like, there's no use arguing, Kakarot, just don't do it. Basically saying, he's basically implying that he's tried to argue and has been shut down completely. Now, getting into the future part where they actually go there and land, and basically one of the soldiers that's kind of like I think the resistance or whatever that's working with Mai and everybody, basically they confront them as soon as they land, and they're just like, yeah, Trunks, you need to come see Mai because she's not in good shape right now. So they get there and they see Mai and the two little kids, I can't remember their names, but they're both there, and they're basically saying like, you need to help her, she's gonna die. And it's crazy to see that you know, Trunks gets the sensu bean, you know, crushes it up in his mouth and puts his lips onto Mai and gives it to her. And Goku is kind of just like, whoa, like, wow, Trunks, you just put your lips, you know, on her lips. Whoa. And then Vegeta's like comes in and he's just like, what? Like, you're married. What are you talking about? And then he's just like, what is that supposed to mean? So basically implying that Goku's never kissed Chi-Chi on the mouth, which is kind of weird. I mean, yeah, they're married, which kind of indicates that Vegeta is more romantic than Goku. Now, on to what we come for. We see that Zamasu and Black are basically in their log cabin, you know, just drinking hot cocoa and kind of just like, oh, they're back now. So basically, what I don't understand is they're in this lodge, just chilling, you know, on the outskirts of this ruined town, just living in luxury, basically. And I'm just like, y'all not out like still destroying stuff or whatever? Y'all just up in this log cabin, Brokeback Mountain in it? They do sense their key there, and then they go to where they are, and Goku then sense that they're coming, and they're just like, okay, let's go confront them. Basically, Goku is kind of just like, we understand what happened, we know that you used the Super Dragon Balls, and yada yada yada. Vegeta rushes in again and starts to go after a Black, and they both have a little confrontation for a second. At first I thought Vegeta was gonna like either meet the same fate as he did the first time, or like maybe score a hit in and kind of make it look like things are actually changed a little bit, but that wasn't necessarily the case. So it was kind of just like they kind of just like had the little square off for a second and then separated, and then went and talked about everything that's actually happened. Now the big reveal of Black and his identity. Basically, if you had a theory on Black's identity, his true identity, we've all come across this before, that Zamasu somehow took Goku's body. Like, a lot of people were saying he took his dead body, but it looks like he basically just took, like, he just switched minds out of each other. So he asked for the Super Dragon Balls. He asked to put his mind into Goku's body, and Goku transferred into his mind. And basically what he did was kill the Goku that was in his original Zamasu body. Okay, I mean, that's the most blandest way you could go with that, but it makes sense that he would do it that way and not like his dead body, because, you know, it's kind of just like, wouldn't the heart virus or anything else be there? But he basically says that he's like, yeah, the body is completely 100% you, but the mind and, you know, the heart and all that is me. So it's weird. So it's weird to see that, but at the same time, it's kind of very, very predictable. And if you ever had that theory there, then you could literally say that, yeah, you got it right at some point in time, because yeah, it's Zamasu. However you said it, if you said Zamasu, then you were correct. Absolutely correct. The only thing that I didn't necessarily like about this was the fact that the fighting really only started like literally at the end, maybe like the last 5 minutes, and we only got like a snippet of fighting. So it wasn't a very action-packed, you know, episode. It's more of a sit down, relax, and let the story kind of unfold in front of you type episode, which I can't necessarily fault it for. And I definitely will say that this episode is a good 7 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10. From last week's little I want to say for the preview, it kind of seemed like we were going to get a lot more of action that was going on, but yeah, we really didn't. So I was kind of let down on that part, and the fact that they chose to go the really bland way with we're actually presenting Zamasu and Goku's Black's like true identity. So it was kind of weird and just like bland, and just like, there you go, in your face, you know, let's just go like that. Let's just keep it as bland as we possibly can. That's basically what it felt like to me. But guys, let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this week's episode. What you thinking of next week's episode with a lot more fighting going on. We see that it looks like Goku and Vegeta and Trunks are kind of getting, you know, whooped again. That's what it looks like. Hopefully something happens. Maybe Trunks will have a new power. Maybe he'll go Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan or something. Who knows? But let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this week's episode, what you would rate it, and if you were correct with this whole Zamasu and Black's true identity. I'm icjosh, guys. Don't forget to like the video, share the video out, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'm out. Peace. I know that I want to go ahead and max out the whole list of everybody, but this should give us, for the next 10 winners, which we'll be entering right now,